Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker produced one of the most unbelievable moments of the season as he scored his first professional goal in the 95th minute as Liverpool beat West Brom 2-1. Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker scored an incredible 95th-minute winner against West Brom as he fired in a header with the last touch of the match at the Hawthorns, and afterwards he opened up on the difficult year he's been through. Liverpool were poor in the Midlands, and went behind through a Hal Robson-Kanu goal after a defensive mix-up. Mohamed Salah got the Reds back into the game, but it seemed they were destined to settle for a point before Alisson came up for a corner in the final minute of the game. The Brazilian goalkeeper leapt into the air and powered a header into the top corner to spark wild celebrations at the Hawthorns. Afterwards, he opened up on the emotion of the goal. Here's a full transcript of his interview with Sky Sports.
Family. But football is my life and I've played since I remember as a human being with my father. I hope he was here to see it, but I'm sure that he has seen it with God on his side and celebrating. It's for my family, for the boys. What a fight. Sometimes we are fighting and things are just not happening. Just scoring this goal, I am really happy to help them because they fight a lot, we fight a lot together, and we have a strong goal to achieve the Champions League because we won it once and everything starts with qualification. I can't be more happy than I am now. On practicing headers in training. Sometimes in training, like we are in the crosses and we are waiting for our time. If you are there and the ball comes to you, you try to do something, but just to have fun. I don't train to do that in the game. This happened, but I have at least a sense of how to head a ball. I do that in games to help defensively, but you can't explain those kinds of things. This is football. On his emotional celebration. I've been away from interviews for a long time. It was a difficult time because when I talk about it I get emotional on that, but I just really want to thank all of you, the media, all the Premier League, all the players. On support after father's tragedy. I received letters from managers, from teams, for example, Everton and Ancelotti, Man City, Chelsea. I don't want to be unfair with the others that I don't remember, but I just want to say thank you, to everybody, the supporters, the team. On heartfelt message to Premier League clubs, fans and family. If it wasn't for you, I could never get through this because I'm away from my family, my mother since it happened. My wife has been amazing, my kids give me energy, and this is why we feel the love from God. This is the way God loves us, through people. I just want to say thank you. The celebration. I don't know how to celebrate. Hopefully I don't need to come too many times to the box to score a goal. Hopefully our players will do that for me. I just have to think and defend to help them.
Yeah.
3 winners and 2 losers as Leicester City beat Chelsea in FA Cup final. Leicester City stunned Chelsea thanks to a second-half strike from Youri Tielemans as Brendan Rodgers' men sealed their first FA Cup in the club's history with a hard-fought victory. Youri Tielemans has fired Leicester City to their first FA Cup in the club's history. The Foxes stunned Chelsea thanks to a second-half strike from the Belgian as they ran out 1-0 winners at Wembley. It was a tight encounter in the first half, but it came alive after the break as Tielemans fired home a long-range effort to put Leicester in front. Chelsea had their chances towards the end, none bigger than Ben Chilwell's goal that was chopped off by VAR, but they came up short on the day. Here are the winners and losers from the big match.
Winners, football and the fans. Regardless of who won the match, the real winners were always going to be football and the fans. After such a difficult period with the pandemic, seeing 21,000 supporters inside Wembley is a huge step in the right direction. For Leicester fans, what a treat not just to be to watch their side again, but to get a front row seat of them lifting the trophy. And for everyone watching at home, it was equally as pleasing. Hearing Leicester supporters boo Timo Werner after a heavy challenge on Luke Thomas or chanting, "There's only one Johnny Evans" as the defender limped off injured, those are moments you forget that you missed. Then there were the scenes that ensued from Youri Tielemans' winning strike. Priceless. Youri Tielemans. Who else? The Belgian was easily one of the best players on the pitch, so it came as no surprise he was the one who broke the deadlock in what was a cagey affair up until that point. And what a stunning strike it was. The midfielder picked up the ball, drove at Chelsea's defense and made them pay for not closing him down, before unleashing a beauty into the top corner. Kepa had no chance whatsoever, and Chelsea's appeals of a handball in the build-up from Jose Perez were waved away. Tielemans was the match winner and produced one of the best strikes ever witnessed in an FA Cup final. Brendan Rodgers, the head coach, outmaneuvered Thomas Tuchel to win his first piece of silverware in English football, and it was thoroughly deserved. He's been a breath of fresh air since arriving back in the Premier League from Celtic, and now he has the trophy to cap it off. It just happens to be Leicester's first ever FA Cup as well, a remarkable achievement that will only cause his stock to rise. Leicester were more than a match for Chelsea, and the victory was fully deserved for the Foxes.
Losers. Thomas Tuchel. Tuchel hasn't taken many L's since arriving at Stamford Bridge, but this is one of them. The fact he has led Chelsea to 2 finals considering where they were means some perspective is needed, but they didn't threaten Leicester nearly enough. Kai Havertz and Ben Chilwell's omission were questionable considering their recent form, but even when he did make changes, they came too late in the day. He got this one wrong, and all of a sudden, he is faced with a big few weeks as they try to seal a top 4 finish and none other than a Champions League final. Tammy Abraham. The English striker will feel hard done by that he was left out of the matchday squad. Abraham has been surplus to requirements under Tuchel since he arrived at the club, but it was surprising to see him not even make the bench. Timo Werner started as the number 9 but failed to create any clear-cut chances, and having an Abraham at Chelsea's disposal wouldn't have been the worst option to turn to. The fact he wasn't picked as a substitute surely does not bode well for his Chelsea future. Bruno Fernandes has set a new record for the most goals scored by a Premier League midfielder in a single season. Fernandes opened the scoring for Manchester United in Thursday's league clash against Liverpool after 10 minutes. The Portugal international saw his effort with the outside of his boot diverted into the back of the net off Nat Phillips, with the Premier League officially awarding the goal to the United man. It took his tally for the season to 28.
Finding the back of the net 27 times as the Blues celebrated a Premier League and FA Cup double, Bruno moves ahead, however, having also scored one less penalty than Lampard did that season. With 9 to his name, Yaya Touré sits in third place, having scored 24 times during the 2013-14 season. Fernandes has now been directly involved in 44 goals in 50 Premier League appearances for United with 26 goals and 18 assists. Only Eric Cantona and Robin van Persie have been involved in more goals in their first 50 league appearance with 46 and 45 respectively.